alors I will start in French.
Sure.
And then I will
Absolutely,
do it.
yeah.
Bonjour tout le monde, je suis ravi effectivement de vous retrouver pour ce Facebook Live avec Dev. Donc Dev, je vais parler en anglais après, mais Dev c'est quelqu'un que j'apprécie énormément. C'est quelqu'un effectivement qui est vraiment génial. Il a beaucoup d'entreprises en Afrique. C'est quelqu'un qui est installé à Dubaï depuis pas mal de temps. Il voyage dans le monde entier. Et je vais lui poser des questions sur son parcours, sur ses conseils par rapport au monde de l'entreprise. Je vais également lui poser des conseils, des questions par rapport à l'Afrique, ce qu'il pense de l'Afrique, du potentiel de l'Afrique, puisque c'est un gros investisseur en Afrique. Je vais également lui poser des questions sur l'Inde. Vous savez, l'Inde est très présente à Dubaï. On a environ 2,6 millions d'Indiens aux Émirats Arabes Unis, donc c'est vraiment la plus grosse communauté et l'Inde est un pays qui est vraiment une puissance. Je vais lui parler de Trump, donc effectivement les élections, et je vais également lui parler de trading parce qu'effectivement Dev adore le trading, il vient souvent me voir, il investit beaucoup sur les marchés américains, sur l'or, etc. Donc effectivement on va faire tout ça. So now in English. So I'm very, very happy to present you Dev. Dev is a friend. So hi Dev.
Hi. Hi Thami, it's great to be here.
Thank you very much. So Dev is a friend. He's a really great guy. He's a person I appreciate a lot. He's an entrepreneur. He has many businesses in Africa. So he is based in Nigeria, Ghana, etc. But I will ask him many questions. And I wanted to interview him because Dev is not only a great person, but he's very humble, very, intelligent, and he's really a person that has like good vibes. You have people who make it, but it's not the feeling is not great. With Dev, we had the feeling very quickly. And I think he's a person I admire. He inspires me, and I'm always very happy to see him. I don't see him very often because he travels a lot. He's in Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Africa, etc. So I want to ask you a few questions about your background, and if you could present yourself to my audience.
Hi everybody. It's great to be here. Thami is a good friend. We share offices on the same floor in Dubai, and I see he has a very thriving business, a very modern business, a great following, and it's a pleasure to talk to him anytime. So when he came up with the idea of Facebook Live, why not?
Yeah.
Here we are. So to give you a background, I started doing business 28 years ago.
Okay.
I was working with a Singapore-based group in Asia, and there was an opportunity to go to Africa.
I will just, Dev, I will first ask you, so you are an engineer from Kansas University in the US.
Yes.
First we will talk about your degrees.
Yes.
So you're an engineer and you studied in the US.
Yes, I studied engineering in India where I grew up.
Okay.
And then I went to...
what city in India?
In a little town called Koilon.
Okay.
And then I moved to Indonesia.
Okay.
I took up a job in Indonesia, essentially to make $20,000.
Okay.
So I could go and do my master's degree.
Great.
In
So
the US.
basically, you did a job in order to have enough money in order to do the. Okay.
Correct. Yes. So I did my master's degree in industrial engineering.
Okay.
In Kansas State University. The reason I chose Kansas was because they had a great program. Mm-hmm. It was rated number 7 in the United States at that time.
Okay.
And they also gave me a scholarship.
Okay, great. So a scholarship is a bourse, okay? Yes.
So, but having said that, I am a terrible engineer.
Okay.
I cannot even fix a light bulb.
Wow. So how did they give you the diploma, the degree?
Well, I stumbled through it. I mean, I was good in studies.
Okay.
So I made the grade. But my heart was not set in fixing,
things, etc. Okay.
Or the factory floor.
Okay.
I was always keen to be in business.
Okay.
In fact, more than half the programs that I studied in the US, I took in the business school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you were really, so you said, okay, engineering is good, but I'm more a business guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I came back. I met my wife in Singapore. We got married, and then I started work again. And then an opportunity opened up for me in Nigeria.
Okay. So from Singapore, you said, okay, there is something in Nigeria. Okay.
So not many people would have gone to Nigeria in 1988, 89.
Wow.
So it was a leap of faith.
Yeah.
But I always like the third world.
Okay.
It's pulsating with people. There's growth.
Yeah.
There's opportunity.
And there is life.
Yes.
And people also. There's always, even if they don't have much money, they are always happy.
There is dynamism.
Yes.
And there's a hunger.
Okay.
To grow. So
yeah.
This excited me, and this is how I got started in Nigeria.
Okay. So 1988. You went to Nigeria, nobody wanted to go there, and you said, okay, I will go there and I will do something, okay?
So in Nigeria, the job I went for did not materialize, but I saw great opportunity to start a trading business.
Okay.
And with the help of family and my earlier company, we then started a paper trading business.
Yes. So it's interesting because Dev started in trading, but it was paper trading.
Yeah. So we are what you traditionally in the industry, it's called paper merchanting. So we act as paper merchants. We warehouse paper inventory, starting from reels for newspaper houses to stuff for printing companies.
Okay.
The whole gamut.
Okay.
And that's how we started. 1989 we started. We just completed 25 years a couple of years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And it's been a not so easy a ride, but it's been a great ride. A lot of lessons.
Yeah.
And
and how did you go from paper trading to?
Yeah. So what happened was in 1994. 93-94, Nigeria had its first democratic election.
Okay.
And things didn't go right with the election. So at that time, we felt that we wanted to diversify.
Okay.
And at that same time, South Africa was opening up. Apartheid had ended. And on a visit to South Africa, I saw immense potential. And so we started our journey from diversifying just from being in one country. We'd got the formula right in Nigeria, so we decided to do a cut and paste in different countries in Africa. Okay. And that's how we've grown in different countries.
You grew your business. So I can just translate everything in French very quickly. So Dev, il a fait des études d'ingénieur aux États-Unis. Au départ, il a fait effectivement des études en Inde. Et puis, il est parti en Indonésie. Il a gagné $20 000 pour effectivement obtenir une bourse, aller au Kansas, faire des études d'ingénieur. Et puis, il s'est dit, moi, le métier d'ingénieur, c'est pas mon truc. Je veux plutôt faire du business. Donc, effectivement, il s'est dit, je vais faire du business. Il va à Singapour. Singapour, il rencontre sa femme. Et il a une opportunité pour aller au Nigeria. En 1989, personne ne pensait, ne croyait au Nigeria à l'époque, mais il s'est dit, moi j'y crois, je pense qu'il y a quelque chose à faire. Il va au Nigeria, et puis là effectivement, ce qui devait se faire ne s'est pas fait, mais il crée un business dans le trading de papier. Et donc effectivement, toute l'activité du papier, il la maîtrise. Puis ensuite, du Nigeria, il va en Afrique du Sud, et il va développer son business là-bas.
Yeah, so how did we diversify into other businesses? After we got the paper vertical right, we were approached for a service business in the education sector. And we wanted to move into services because commodity trading has limits. The margins are limited and can get very risky beyond a certain point. So as an additional diversification, we got into IT training in Ghana through an Indian company, and we were very lucky to get that sector right. And as it grew, and as the students were leaving, they used to come back to us and say, why don't we do other higher learning degrees? And one thing led to another, and we moved from IT training into colleges. We offer degree courses now in management, in IT, and we're just about to launch a brand new campus in Ghana. We're setting up a 30,000 square meter engineering and management campus in Ghana right
It's
now.
Huge. So, donc effectivement, Dev à un certain moment lui propose de travailler dans le domaine de l'éducation, c'est-à-dire qu'effectivement il va enseigner, etc. Il enseigne l'informatique Et puis on lui dit, mais pourquoi on ne ferait pas quelque chose de plus important au Ghana? Et puis à partir de là, effectivement, il développe une université avec des diplômes, etc. Et aujourd'hui, il va créer un campus qui est immense, 30 000 mètres carrés au Ghana. C'est 30,000 square meters in Ghana. And what you will teach in this university?
We're going to start with the engineering programs.
Okay.
And then we're also going to introduce management, health sciences.
Okay.
So our team is working on different programs and the content for it.
Ok, super. Donc effectivement, ils sont en train de développer une université d'abord spécialisée dans les métiers de l'ingénieur et ensuite ça va se développer dans les métiers de la santé, mais également dans les métiers du management, du business, etc. So that's great. And so you told me also you had campuses or colleges in Nigeria also?
No, not in Nigeria. We have expanded into Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Sierra Leone, okay, and Liberia, okay.
Yes. And we've also diversified. We did an additional diversification in the healthcare space as well. So we bought into a healthcare company in Mozambique about 12 years ago.
Okay.
And we've seen that business grow and we've expanded into 6-7 countries now.
Okay.
And at the moment we are looking at setting up a life science park in Mozambique.
Wow.
Which will also have a pharma enclave, and we are setting up our first antibiotic facility in Mozambique. Ok,
donc il a développé un business dans le Mozambique, dans le domaine de la santé, et effectivement ça se marche super bien. Et ils sont en train d'envisager la création même d'un parc, etc. Donc il y a pas mal de développement effectivement dans ce secteur. So it's great. Yep. Thanks for all this information. So I wanted to ask you, what about Africa?